Hey there, finance enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology and finance. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about the psychology of spending. Did you know that our brain treats credit card spending differently from cash spending? Studies have shown that when we use credit cards, our brain perceives it as less painful compared to handing over cash. A real-life example is Starbucks. They pioneered the use of prepaid cards and mobile payments, making it easier for customers to spend without feeling the immediate pain of paying with cash. This clever strategy has significantly boosted their sales. Next, let's discuss the anchoring effect. This is when people rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive. In finance, this often happens with pricing. For instance, if a jacket is marked at $200 and then discounted to $100, we perceive it as a great deal, even if $100 is still pricey. Retailers use this tactic all the time. A classic example is Black Friday sales, where original prices are often inflated so that the discounts seem more attractive. Now, let's talk about loss aversion. This principle states that people feel the pain of losing money more intensely than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman demonstrated this with his studies in behavioral economics. A practical example is stock market investments. Investors often hold onto losing stocks too long, hoping to break even, rather than cutting their losses and moving on. This can lead to even bigger losses. Speaking of investments, let's discuss the sunk cost fallacy. This is when people continue investing in something because they've already invested a lot of time, money, or resources into it, even when it's clear it's not paying off. A real-world example is movie theaters. Often, people sit through a bad movie simply because they've already paid for the ticket, even though leaving would save their time and discomfort. Ever wonder why it's hard to part with certain items? That's the endowment effect at work. This phenomenon explains that people value things more highly simply because they own them. For example, people are often unwilling to sell their home for its market value because their personal attachment makes them believe it's worth more. And there you have it, some truly fascinating psychological facts about finance. Understanding these can help you make better financial decisions and avoid common pitfalls.